video is going to be in English, not in Czech, just to see how it goes. Thank you, and let us know in the comments if it's good or not. Are you going to watch or not? Thank you. Hi and welcome. We are Drift Happens racing team. In this episode we are going to Transalpina.
The torture went on for hours, but eventually the mountains gave up their secret.
Look! God! That's the most amazing road I've ever seen.
This was the dream for years, and this year we already finally decided to go there to visit the Romanian drift series, so-called Rodrift, and participate in the local competition. And of course we have chosen the most interesting road for us. This trip has been supported by All4Drift, Czech-based company selling best quality drift parts. If you value the high quality, the customer support and friendly attitude, this place is for you. And for you, we've prepared the promo code. So you can go to the link, use the promo code and buy best parts for your drift car, and it will be shipped to any place. All4Drift. From Czech Republic we have the road of 1,200 kilometers one way. The road took us 15 hours. Waze navigation decided for us that we are not going to the place we're gonna sleep and park, but we are going to go through whole Transalpina and see the beauty of it. The good things: we saw it, we liked it, we have a great video of how it was. The good and bad thing is that going through whole Transalpina, we just saw clipping points at some height of 2000 plus meters. Really difficult track, and this scared us really a lot. And the first thought was not to go at all, just be there, watch the drift and go home. Don't unpack. We went further, quite close to the city, and we actually saw the organizers of the event just drawing new clipping points, and it was like a moment of relief. And worst part of it was that we were going with the trailer and this car was there, and the weight of the whole construction was more than 5 tons. I think, yeah, it was 5 tons and something. And we had to pull down our brakes like 4 or 5 times. So it was a bit tricky and a bit nervous. And this road took us like 4 hours maybe. But at least, same evening, before the actual official start, we already saw the track. And we were scared as fuck. And of course, to forget what we just saw, we went to the local bar to have good food, a lot of beer, and a proper rest. 6 hours of proper sleep, and we are moving to Saturday, the first day of the racing. Because this is an open road with actual traffic there, the road is being closed from 8 to 8. So in the morning we were instructed to set up the paddock, and in the evening we had to pack all the stuff back, put the car on the trailer and go back to the city. After we set up our paddock, we checked everything on the car. It looked alright, if not counting the small storm which happened in the night. The car was okay, but a lot of water inside. But never mind, we are going to the briefing. First of all, we must mention that the briefing was very very detailed, with a huge LCD monitor, just explaining really one by one where to go, by what speed, where we are allowed to brake. All the questions were answered. Really great briefing. It was useful, and mainly it was useful for the great race. So thank you to the judges. And because we are Pro 2 or semi-pro category, we are starting as first in the morning. First training, of course, scared as fuck, doing first gear, second gear, third gear, really not understanding what the fuck is happening, just initiating by the e-brake. And here you just see how great is the track and how great tipping points are positioned on the track, because you just press the throttle and you just don't do any extra work to go to the clippings, because it just connects one to another. So it was great, excluding the fact that in the last corner I didn't really see where I'm going, because you just start here in the bottom, you go uphill, you don't see the finish and everything, so you don't see where you're going. So I had to spin a bit, just because I was not sure that the road is still there. Before quali, we could do 7 runs, I think, increasing the speed in each run, because we had to remember the task from the judges, which sounded like that. More speed you have on initiation, better the whole track connects between the clipping points for you. And it was true. Before the quali I thought that I'm going pretty fast, but next day showed that no, there was still a room for some improvement. Again, we have to mention that organization of the event was just great. All drivers received small or big radio, where you could just basically hear who is going, for which training, what time, when to be on start, what to do. So thank you for that. In Europe, you don't really meet such level of organization on every event. It happens that the level is good, but it happens also that the level is very bad or poor. But in Romania, just great. It was just great. So this car is the naturally aspired engine, so we didn't really have any issues with the power. The car was working just as it should. The only one issue we had in Romania, next to the track, we could buy only 95 octanes fuel, and this car, because this is the stroker engine, it should run the 100 octanes. But anyway, we had something in the tank and we just mixed it with the 95 and it worked just fine. No issues. And the best thing, we were doing nothing on this car during the whole weekend except changing of 2 rear tires. So we were running 2 new tires in the beginning and the quali on the same tires, and next day we just changed the tires and went. We didn't pop the HUD, we didn't do anything on the suspension, it just worked. So it was like, I think, 3 o'clock and it was time for the quali. Not nervous because the car was working good. The track was working good for us. Not nervous, but just half confident, not 100%. So it was good, and as usual, first run, safe run, just to gain some points, to write some points. And here is how it was.
10 piloți care au punctat, iar la start îl vedem acum pe Svetoslav Angelov din Bulgaria. Foarte mult a cetinit mașina înainte de inițiere și ăsta și-a așezat-o bine, dar ratează acea zonă care e foarte importantă.
$64 points at first attempt, first run. This is not a great result, we know it, but this was a safe run in the mountains, on the one of the most dangerous roads in the world, where in the beginning of the weekend we really didn't know if we are going to unpack our stuff and try it or just go home. So it was a great result, happy as fuck, because it was at once something like top 8 in quali. I think everyone did the safe run, but it was great. So with a good mood and a lot of confidence, we are going into the second round.
Urs galben. Cred că e numărul 50. stickerele alea pe parbriz. Da, Valerii Moscovciuc.
And hallelujah, 74 points, 7th position out of 24 drivers. Again, not too much, but this is not a powerful car, so I thought I was going quite fast, but next day showed that we could do faster. So maybe if we went faster, we would have more points. But anyway, 74 is a great result with P7. So we are ready finally for our dinner and a lot of beer. This is Sunday. Again, we are moving to Sunday. The evening was quite difficult. Again, 6 hours of sleep. Again, waking up at 6 a.m. And again, going uphill and setting up our paddock, checking the car again, changing the tires, and we are ready for the battle training. Again, we want to thank organizers and judges for great briefing, good organization, because it was really great. Everyone was knowing what to do, what time he's doing something, and what time to be ready on the start. So again, we are semi-pro, so we are going to do our battles as first group. And this time we just didn't expect that we could drive more actually, because we were driving in battles, so it was going quite faster. And before actual top 16, we had, I don't know, like 10 plus runs. What is comparing to all competitions where we were before, it's quite a lot. So thank you again for great organization. So a lot of cars, 16 plus 16 in 2 categories. Not too much time because of course we had to finish the day by 8 o'clock in the evening. So the trainings were short by groups, but very useful and productive because we were training a lot in pairs doing the battles, the tandems, and it was really great because this is the moment when we realized that this car and these hands can do better runs, and much important, it can be faster. So the initiation was faster, and again we remember the words of the judges that faster you go, better you go. So thank you for this. And because we are running only Chinese tires, this day we had some issues with the new tire we didn't try before, because before we were trying the Altenza, which was working just great. And then next day we were trying the Torque tire, no-name tire, and it wasn't clear for us what pressure we needed. So first several rounds we were slow as fuck because the car was revving and not going fast enough. But then with the 0.8 pressure, it worked just fine, and it was fast as other cars as well, so great. And for the whole day, we could not notice our opponent. So it was the black E36 V8 with the turbo, and we just didn't see him. So we really thought there was a thought that we already are going to the top 8, but then suddenly he had no trainings, but suddenly he appeared in the battles. So we are here to fight, we are ready to fight, so let's go, let's do the battles. So the first run I'm going as leader because I was higher in qualification, and you can see how it was.
Când avem stații, încercăm să...
Oricum nu avem box în partea.
Da, duce vântul sunetul.
Hai să vedem.
Alex Grecu inițiază mai devreme un pic și recuperează distanța pierdută înainte de inițiere. Valerie bine pe trasă.
Încearcă și Alex să câștige ceva teren.
Valerie fuge un pic cu acea trasă în ultimul viraj de Alex Grecu. Dar,
and then after the first run, I just got the information from the spotter that he was close, but not too close. It was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 cars distance. But anyway, we had to go close. I decided that we are going faster on the initiation and trying to do just to mirror his initiation, what was quite successful. And after first corner, I was quite surprised that this car was same fast as the V8 Turbo, and I was so happy with this fact that I was pushing so hard that in the last corner I did it a bit harder than I had to. So you can see what happened.
Devreme inițiază Alex.
Foarte devreme, da.
Și ceea ce e foarte
Își plasează
bine.
foarte bine mașina, full gaz. Dar cât de aproape a venit Valeri la proximitate și iată cum atacă acum. Mult mai bun chaser-ul lui Valeri.
Foarte pe interior acolo Valeri și trec roată la roată peste linia de finish, încă un battle.
And now you can see the second run, my chase run, which I'm proud of, but unfortunately we lost. Sometimes when you push too hard, it works bad for you and not for the leader, because you have to copy the leader, and because the leader was a bit slow in the last corner, because it was slippery there, we had the very tiny angle last meter before the finish, and what judges commented that this was the reason why we lost. Unfortunately, we had to win, and if I did not come to this angle with full throttle, but just keeping some distance, because before this I was too close, so keeping some distance and going safe to the last corner, we would win this. Unfortunately, mistake, bad for us, but a good lesson. Okay, losing is not fun. We all know it. It's not fun. But we were not too upset because we were in Romania. We were far away from home, drifting legally at Transalpina, attending a great event and watching great drivers showing off like really great, right?
Finala de la Mureș, iată acum la top 8.
Și pleacă Imre Junior, este lider.
Foarte rapizi, hai să vedem.
Foarte bună inițierea lui Gabi Imre Junior pe zonă, perfect.
Iată proximitatea lui Popov încă de la inițiere și vine acum la atac. Însă Gabi Imre Junior reușește să păstreze oarecare distanță.
Dar aruncă Nicola Popov mașina acolo și tot foarte proximitate. Semi-pro, Eric Lopmaier pleacă primul, lider Cristian
Karagiorgiev, chaser. Foarte bună viteza pentru ambii piloți. Eric, hai vedem pe Cristian cum face acum pressing-ul, pentru că ne-au obișnuit să facă asta și iată cum vine stâng lung în frână. Tura lui Eric este impecabilă, tranziții rapide, fluide, fără corecție, pe fiecare zonă în parte. Foarte bună inițierea motorului și Ștefan aruncă mașina, reușește să țină mașina în drift. Atacă, lui Ștefan, roată la roată. Hai să vedem dacă trec cu bine linia de finish în acest super battle. Ștefan, de unde ai scos? Chase-ul ăsta, bravo, Amundura!
So, it was a great lesson for us, with no regrets, going so far from home, no regrets at all. So, it was great. If you were ever thinking going to Romania or not going, trying to attend some competition or something, but hesitating, stop hesitating, because Romania has great food, cheap prices, great views, nice tracks, and really skilled drivers. So this is the way how you can push your skills, push your limits, and just visit the great country, which is not so far away. So just do it. And of course 2024 we are coming back to Transalpina to try to do better than top 16 and again push our skill up. So see ya in Romania.